Part 5. And all married women except those whom your right hand possess are forbidden. This is Allah's ordinance to you. And lawful for you are all women besides those, provided that you seek them with your property, taking them in marriage, not committing fornication. Then as to those whom you profit by marrying, give them their dowries as appointed, and there is no blame on you about what you mutually agree after what is appointed of dowry. Surely Allah is ever-knowing, wise. And whoever among you cannot afford to marry free believing women, let him marry such of your believing maidens as your right hand possess. And Allah knows best your faith. You are sprung the one from the other. So marry them with the permission of their masters, and give them their dowries justly, they being chaste, not fornicating, nor receiving paramours. Then if they are guilty of adultery, when they are taken in marriage, they shall suffer half the punishment for free married women. This is for him among you who fears falling into evil, and that you abstain is better for you, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. Allah desires to explain to you and to guide you into the ways of those before you, and to turn to you mercifully, and Allah is knowing, wise. And Allah desires to turn to you mercifully, and those who follow their lust desire that you should deviate with a great deviation. Allah desires to make light your burdens, and man is created weak. O you who believe, devour not your property among yourselves by illegal methods, except that it be trading by your mutual consent. And kill not your people, surely Allah is ever merciful to you. And whoso does this aggressively and unjustly, we shall soon cast him into fire, and this is ever easy for Allah. If you shun the great things which you are forbidden, we shall do away with your evil inclination, and cause you to enter an honorable place of entering. And covet not that by which Allah has made some of you excel others. For men is the benefit of what they earn, and for women is the benefit of what they earn. And ask Allah of His grace. Surely Allah is ever knower of all things. And to everyone we have appointed heirs, of that which parents and near relatives leave. And as to those with whom your right hands have ratified agreements, give them their due. Surely Allah is ever witness over all things. Men are the maintainers of women with what Allah has made some of them to excel others, and with what they spend out of their wealth. So the good women are obedient, guarding the unseen, as Allah has guarded. And as to those on whose part you feel desertion, admonish them, and leave them alone in the beds, and chastise them. So if they obey you, seek not a way against them. Surely Allah is ever exalted great. And if you fear a breach between the two, appoint an arbiter from his people and an arbiter from her people, if they both desire agreement. Allah will effect harmony between them. Surely Allah is ever knowing, aware. And serve Allah, and associate not with Him, and be good to the parents and to the near of kin, and the orphans and the needy, and the neighbor of your kin, and the alien neighbor, and the companion in journey, and the wayfarer, and those whom your right hands possess. Surely Allah loves not such as a proud, boastful, who are niggardly, and bid people to be niggardly, and hide that which Allah has given them out of His grace. And we have prepared for the disbelievers an abasing chastisement, and those who spend their wealth to be seen of men, and believe not in Allah, nor in the last day. And as for him whose companion is the devil, an evil companion is he. And what harm would it do them if they believe in Allah in the last day, and spend of that which Allah has given them? And Allah is ever knower of them. Surely Allah wrongs not the weight of an atom, and if it is a good deed, He multiplies it and gives from Himself a great reward. But how will it be when we bring from every people a witness, and bring thee as a witness against these? On that day will those who disbelieve and disobeyed the messenger desire that the earth were leveled with them, and they can hide no fact from Allah. O you who believe, go not near prayer when you are intoxicated till you know what to say, nor after sexual intercourse, except you are merely passing by, until you have bathed. And if you are sick or on a journey, or one of you come from the privy, or you have touched the women, and you cannot find water, betake yourself to pure earth, then wipe your faces and your hands. Surely Allah is ever pardoning, forgiving. Seest thou not those to whom a portion of the book was given? They by error and desire to make you err from the right way. And Allah best knows your enemies, and Allah is sufficient as a friend, and Allah is sufficient as a helper. Some of those who are Jews alter words from their places and say, we have heard and we disobey, and say, hear without being made to hear, and say, Ra'ina, distorting with their tongues and slandering religion. And if they had said, we hear and we obey, and hearken and yurizna, it would have been better for them and more upright. But Allah has cursed them on account of their disbelief, so they believe not but a little. O you who have been given the book, believe in what we have revealed, verifying that which you have before. We destroy the leaders and turn them on their backs, or curse them as we curse the Sabbath breakers, and the command of Allah is ever executed. Surely Allah forgives not that a partner should be set up with him, and forgives all besides that to whom he pleases. And whoever sets up a partner with Allah, he devises indeed a great sin. Hast thou not seen those who attribute purity to themselves? Nay, Allah purifies whom he pleases, and they will not be wronged a whit. See how they forge lies against Allah, and sufficient is this as a manifest sin. Hast thou not seen those whom a portion of the book was given? They believe in sorcery and diviners, and say of those who disbelieve, these are better guided in the path than those who believe. Those are they whom Allah has cursed, and whomever Allah curses, thou wilt find not a helper for him. Or have they a share in the kingdom, but then they would not give it to people, even the speck of a date stone? Or do they envy the people for that which Allah has given them of his grace? But indeed we have given to Abraham's children the book and the wisdom, and we have given them a grand kingdom. So of them is he who believes in him, and of them is he who turns away from him, and hell is sufficient to burn. Those who disbelieve in our messages, we shall make them enter fire. As often as their skins are burned, we shall change them for other skins, that they may taste the chastisement. Surely Allah is mighty wise. And those who believe and do good deeds, we shall make them enter gardens, wherein flow rivers, to abide in them forever. For them therein are pure companions, and we shall make them enter a pleasant shade. Surely Allah commands you to make over trust to those worthy of them, and that when you judge between people, you judge with justice. Surely Allah admonishes you with what is excellent. Surely Allah is ever hearing, seeing. O you who believe, obey Allah and obey the messenger and those in authority from among you. Then if you quarrel about anything, refer it to Allah and the messenger if you believe in Allah and the last day. This is best and more suitable to achieve the end. Hast thou not seen those who assert that they believe in that which has been revealed to thee, and that which was revealed before thee? They desire to seek the judgment of the devil, though they have been commanded to deny him, and the devil desires to lead them far astray. And when it is said to them, come to that which Allah has revealed, and to the messenger, thou seest the hypocrites turning away from thee with aversion. But how is it that when a misfortune befalls them on account of that which their hands have sent before, they come to thee swearing by Allah, we desired naught but good and concord? These are they, the secrets of those whose hearts Allah knows. So turn aside from them and admonish them, and speak to them effective words concerning themselves. And we sent no messenger but that he should be obeyed by Allah's command. And had they, when they wronged themselves, come to thee and asked forgiveness of Allah, and the messenger had also asked forgiveness for them, they would have found Allah oft returning to mercy, merciful. But no, by thy Lord, they believe not until they make thee a judge of what is in dispute between them. Then find not any straightness in their hearts, as to which thou decidest, and submit with full submission. And if we had enjoined them, lay down your lives, or go forth from your homes, they would not have done it, except a few of them. And if they had done what they are exhorted to do, it would certainly have been better for them and more strengthening. And then we would certainly have given them from ourselves a great reward, and we would certainly have guided them in the right path. And whoever obeys Allah and the Messenger, they are with those upon whom Allah has bestowed favors from among the prophets, and the truthful, and the faithful, and the righteous, and a goodly company are they. Such is the grace from Allah, and Allah is sufficient as knower. O you who believe, take your precautions, then go forth in detachments or go forth in a body. And among you is he who would hang back. Then if a misfortune befalls you, he says, Allah indeed bestowed a favor on me, as I was not present with them. And if a bounty from Allah comes to you, he would cry, as if there were no friendship between you and him, would that I had been with them, then I should have achieved a mighty success. So let those fight in the way of Allah who sell this world's life for the hereafter. And whoever fights in the way of Allah, be he slain or be he victorious, we shall grant him a mighty reward. And what reason have you not to fight in the way of Allah, and of the weak among the men and the women and the children who say, Our Lord, take us out of this town, whose people are oppressors, and grant us from thee a friend, and grant us from thee a helper. Those who believe fight in the way of Allah, and those who disbelieve fight in the way of the devil. So fight against the friends of the devil. Surely the struggle of the devil is ever weak. Hast thou not seen those to whom it was said, Withhold your hands and keep up prayer and pay the poor rate? But when fighting is prescribed for them, lo, a party of them fear men as they ought to fear Allah, or with a greater fear, and say, Our Lord, why hast thou ordained fighting for us? Wilt thou not grant us respite to a near term? Say, the enjoyment of this world is short, and the hereafter is better for him who keeps his duty, and you shall not be wronged a whit. Wherever you are, death will overtake you, though you are in towers raised high. And if good befalls them, they say, This is from Allah. And if a misfortune befalls them, they say, This is from thee. Say, all is from Allah. But what is the matter with these people that they make no effort to understand anything? Whatever good befalls thee, O man, it is from Allah. And whatever misfortune befalls thee, it is from thyself. And we have sent thee, O prophet, to mankind as a messenger, and Allah is sufficient as a witness. Whoever obeys the messenger, he indeed obeys Allah. And whoever turns away, we have not sent thee as a keeper over them. And they say obedience, but when they go out from thy presence, a party of them plan by night, doing otherwise than that which thou sayest. And Allah writes down what they plan by night. So turn aside from them and trust in Allah, and Allah is sufficient as having charge of affairs. Will they not then meditate on the Quran? And if it were from any other than Allah, they would have found in it many a discrepancy. But if any news of security or fear come to them, they spread it abroad. And if they had referred it to the messenger and to those in authority among them, those of them who can search out knowledge of it would have known it. And were it not for the grace of Allah upon you and his mercy, you would have certainly have followed the devil, save a few. Fight then in Allah's way. Thou art not responsible except for thyself. And urge on the believers. It may be that Allah will restrain the fighting of those who disbelieve, and Allah is stronger in prowess and stronger to give exemplary punishment. Whoever intercedes in a good cause has a share of it, and whoever intercedes in an evil cause has a portion of it, and Allah is ever keeper over all things. And when you are greeted with a greeting, greet with one better than it, or return it. Surely Allah ever takes account of all things. Allah, there is no God but He. He will certainly gather you together on the resurrection day. There is no doubt in it. And who is more true in word than Allah? Why should you then be two parties in relation to the hypocrites, while Allah has made them return to disbelief for what they have earned? Do you desire to guide him whom Allah leaves in error? And whomsoever Allah leaves in error, thou canst not find a way for him. They long that you should disbelieve as they have disbelieved, so that you might be on the same level. So take not from among them friends until they flee their homes in Allah's way. Then if they turn back to hostility, seize them and kill them wherever you find them, and take no friend nor helper from among them, except those who join a people between whom you and they is an alliance, who come to you, their hearts shrinking from fighting you or fighting their own people. And if Allah had pleased, He would have given them power over you, so that they would have fought you. So if they withdraw from you and fight you and not offer you peace, then Allah allows you no way against them. So if they withdraw from you and fight you not and offer you peace, then Allah allows you no way against them. You will find others who desire to be secure from you and secure from their own people. Whenever they are made to return to hostility, they are plunged into it. So if they withdraw not from you, nor offer you peace and restrain their hands, then seize them and kill them wherever you find them. And against these we have given you a clear authority. And a believer would not kill a believer except by mistake. And he who kills a believer by mistake should free a believing slave. And blood money should be paid to his people, unless they remit it as alms. But if he be from a tribe hostile to you, and he is a believer, the freeing of a believing slave suffices. And if he be from a tribe between whom and you there is a covenant, the blood money should be paid to his people, along with the freeing of a believing slave. But he who has not the means should fast for 2 months successively, a penance from Allah, and Allah is ever-knowing wise. And whoever kills a believer intentionally, his punishment is hell, abiding therein. And Allah is wroth with him, and He has cursed him and prepared for him a grievous chastisement. O you who believe, when you go forth to fight in Allah's way, make investigation, and say not to anyone who offers you salutation, thou art not a believer, seeking the good of this world's life. But with Allah there are abundant gains. You too were such before, then Allah conferred a benefit on you, so make investigation. Surely Allah is ever aware of what you do. The holders back from among the believers, not disabled by injury, and those who strive hard in Allah's way with their property and their persons are not equal. Allah has made the strivers with their property and their persons to excel the holders back a high degree. And to each Allah has promised good, and Allah has granted to the strivers above the holders back a mighty reward. High degrees from Him and protection and mercy, and Allah is ever forgiving, merciful. As for those whom the angels cause to die while they are unjust to themselves, the angels will say, what were you doing? They will say, we were weak in the earth. They will say, was not Allah's earth spacious so that you could have migrated therein? So these it is whose refuge is hell, and it is an evil resort. Except the weak from among the men and the women and the children who have not the means, nor can they find a way to escape. So these it may be that Allah would pardon them, and Allah is ever pardoning, forgiving. And whosoever flees in Allah's way, He will find in the earth many a place of escape and abundant resources. And whoever goes forth from his home fleeing to Allah and His Messenger, then death overtakes him. His reward indeed is with Allah, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. And when you journey in the earth, there is no blame on you if you shorten the prayer, if you fear that those who disbelieve will give you trouble. Surely the disbelievers are an open enemy to you. And when thou art among them and leadest the prayer for them, let a party of them stand up with thee, and let them take their alms. Then when they have performed their prostration, let them go to your rear, and let another party who have not prayed come forward and pray with thee, and let them take their precautions in their arms. Those who disbelieve long that you may neglect your arms and your baggage, that they may attack you with a sudden united attack. And there is no blame on you if you are inconvenienced on account of rain, or you are sick, to put away your arms and take your precautions. Surely Allah has prepared a basin chastisement for the disbelievers. So when you have finished the prayer, remember Allah standing and sitting and reclining. But when you are secure from danger, keep up regular prayer. Prayer indeed has been enjoined on the believers at fixed times. And be not weak-hearted in pursuit of the enemy. If you suffer, they too suffer as you suffer. And you hope from Allah what they hope not. And Allah is ever knowing wise. Surely we have revealed the book to thee with truth, that thou mayest judge between people by means of what Allah has taught thee, and be not one pleading the cause of the dishonest, and ask the forgiveness of Allah. Surely Allah is ever forgiving, merciful. And contend not on behalf of those who act unfaithfully to their souls. Surely Allah loves not him who is treacherous, sinful. They seek to hide from men, and they cannot hide from Allah. And he is with them when they counsel by night matters which please him not. And Allah ever encompasses what they do. Behold, you are they who may contend on their behalf in this world's life, but who will contend with Allah on their behalf on the resurrection day, or who will have charge of their affairs? And whoever does evil or wrongs his soul, then asks forgiveness of Allah, will find Allah forgiving, merciful. And whoever commits a sin, commits it only against himself, and Allah is ever knowing, wise. And whoever commits a fault or a sin, then accuses it of one innocent, he indeed takes upon himself the burden of a calamity and a manifest sin. And were it not for Allah's grace upon thee and his mercy, a party of them had certainly designed to ruin thee, and they ruin only themselves, and they cannot harm thee in any way. And Allah has revealed to thee the book and the wisdom, and taught thee what thou knewest not, and Allah's grace on thee is very great. There is no good in most of their secret counsels, except in him who enjoins charity or goodness or reconciliation between people. And whoever does this, seeking Allah's pleasure, we shall give him a mighty reward. And whoever acts hostility to the messenger after guidance has become manifest to him, and follows other than the way of the believers, return him to that which he himself turns, and make him enter hell, and it is an evil resort. Surely Allah forgives not setting up partners with him, and he forgives all besides this to whom he pleases. And whoever sets up a partner with Allah, he indeed goes far astray. Besides him, they call on nothing but female divinities, and they call on nothing but a rebellious devil, whom Allah has cursed. And he said, certainly I will take of thy servant in appointed portions. And certainly I will lead them astray, and excite in them vain desires, and bid them so that they will slit the ears of the cattle, and bid them so that they will alter Allah's creation. And whoever takes the devil for a friend, forsaking Allah, he indeed suffers a manifest loss. He promises them and excites vain desires in them, and the devil promises them only to deceive. These, their refuge is hell, and they will find no way of escape from it. And those who believe and do good, we shall make them enter gardens in which rivers flow, to abide therein forever. It is Allah's promise in truth, and who is more truthful in a word than Allah? It will not be in accordance with your vain desires, nor the vain desires of the people of the book. Whoever does evil will be requited for it, and will not find for himself besides Allah a friend or a helper. And whoever does good deeds, whether male or female, and he or she is a believer, these will enter the garden, and they will not be dealt with a whit unjustly. And who is better in religion than he who submits himself entirely to Allah while doing good to others, and follows the faith of Abraham, the upright one? And Allah took Abraham for a friend. And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and Allah ever encompasses all things. And they ask thee a decision about women. Say, Allah makes known to you his decision concerning them, and that which is recited to you in the book is concerning widowed women, whom you give not what is appointed for them, while you are not inclined to marry them, nor to the weak among children, and that you should deal justly with orphans, and whatever good you do, Allah is surely knower of it. And if a woman fears ill usage from her husband or desertion, no blame is on them if they effect reconciliation between them. And reconciliation is better, and avarice is met with in men's minds. And if you do good to others and keep your duty, surely Allah is ever aware of what you do. And you cannot do justice between wives, even though you wish it. But be not disinclined from one with total disinclination, so that you leave her in suspense. And if you are reconciled and keep your duty, surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. And if they separate, Allah will render them both free from want out of His ampleness, and Allah is ample giving, wise. And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. And certainly we enjoined those who were given the book before you, and we enjoin you to keep your duty to Allah. And if you disbelieve, surely to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. And Allah is ever self-sufficient, praiseworthy. And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. And Allah suffices as having charge of affairs. If He please, He will take you away, O people, and bring others. And Allah is ever powerful to do that. Whoever desires the reward of this world, then with Allah is the reward of the world, of this world and the hereafter. And Allah is ever hearing, seeing. O you who believe, be maintainers of justice, bearers of witness for Allah, even though it be against your own selves or your parents or near relatives. Whether he be rich or poor, Allah has a better right over them both. So follow not your low desires, lest you deviate. And if you distort or turn away from truth, surely Allah is ever aware of what you do. O you who believe, believe in Allah and His messenger and the book which He has revealed to His messenger and the book which He has revealed before. And whoever disbelieves in Allah and His angels and His book and His messengers and the last day, he indeed strays afar. Those who believe, then disbelieve, again believe, and again disbelieve, then increase in disbelief, Allah will never forgive them nor guide them to the right way. Give news to the hypocrites that for them is a painful chastisement. Those who take disbelievers for friends rather than believers, do they seek for might from them? Might surely belongs wholly to Allah. And indeed He has revealed to you in the book that when you hear Allah's messages disbelieved in and mocked at, sit not with them until they enter into some other discourse, for then indeed you would be like them. Surely Allah will gather together the hypocrites and the disbelievers all in hell. Those who wait for misfortune for you, then if you have a victory from Allah, they say, were we not with you? And if there is a chance for the disbelievers, they say, did we not prevail over you and defend you from the believers? So Allah will judge between you on the day of resurrection, and Allah will by no means give the disbelievers away against the believers. The hypocrites seek to deceive Allah, and He will requite their deceit to them. And when they stand up for prayer, they stand up sluggishly. They do it only to be seen of men and remember Allah but little, wavering between that and this, belonging neither to these or those. To whomsoever Allah leaves in error, thou wilt not find a way from him. O you who believe, take not the disbelievers for friends rather than believers. Do you desire to give Allah a manifest proof against yourself? The hypocrites are surely in the lowest depths of the fire, and thou wilt not find a helper for him. Save those who repent and amend and hold fast to Allah, and are sincere in their obedience to Allah. These are with the believers, and Allah will soon grant the believers a mighty reward. Why should Allah chastise you if you are grateful and believe? And Allah is ever multiplier of rewards, knowing. That concludes the reading of part 5.